Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. It's the 9th of June, 2018. It's a Saturday afternoon. It's a warm summer day. We have a typhoon coming through on Monday, but don't worry, Tokyo is really good at handling all that wind and rain. So what do I have open up here is the Crypto Compare. As you know, this is a great website if you are wanting to see some details of your coin. It's got a live price action right now, 76.88. We're up just 0.31%. It's, interesting because I'll tell you why. Today, if we take a look at the Bitcoin volume by currency, Japan is sitting at 63%. So 63% of all the Bitcoin volume is happening in yen right now. That's really it's really quite large. Usually it sits between about 53 and 57%. So then you can see in US Tether is at 16%. The US dollar is at 13%. We've got the Korean won at 2.5%. Then we have the euro at 1.9, and this is going to be other. Yeah, and Bitfinex has just a slight edge over hit BTC at 27%, and that is the BTC USD volume by exchange. So when you go to this website, just go ahead and use this search and put in your coin that you are so wanting to know more about. And to see the pie chart, you just hit on this analysis. Okay, what caught my attention was an article that is by the NASDAQ, and it's titled, Big in Japan, the latest crypto push for Bitcoin and Ripple. Well, yeah, this is, I think this is the buzz this week. There's just so much happening in Japan in regards to Bitcoin and Ripple. So let's take a look at this article, and then we can find some juicy nuggets in here. First, I want to say this Shutterstock photo, it just seems a little dasai. Dasai is the word in Japanese that's used for kind of out of fashion or out of date, a little bit not so current. So yeah, I just, this is a very fast changing sphere, and this just doesn't look like, this just looks like something from about 10 years ago. Okay, anyway, crypto is big in Japan. Well, it sure is. I just showed you the pie chart, and even on a Saturday, we are transacting about 63% of the world market. And so it has been a hotbed for the crypto buzz, and it looks like this momentum is set to soar. In fact, the country just passed a landmark law in April dubbed the Payment and Services Act. This was due to the numerous crypto scandals, which we've had Mt. Gox, and then we had the big NEM CoinCheck hack. So the numerous scandals and regulation crackdowns. Those crackdowns are coming from the FSA, which is the Financial Service Agency. They fall under the Ministry of Finance, and they are the ones that are licensing the cryptocurrency exchanges. And they just recently gave a no to hit BTC, and for the reasons that we will can investigate in another video, we can see that they weren't able to meet the requirements that the FSA lays out for everybody who does business here. All right, so the country has just passed that law, and the new law decisively recognizes cryptocurrencies as a legitimate payment method, which is big news for the industry. That it is. Since that tipping point, Japan has been gradually easing regulations. I don't know if I agree with that statement. As a part of a wider push to inspire more exchanges to clean up their act and cultivate compliant crypto startups. Well, I don't know if they've actually been easing regulations, but they have been defining their regulations. So let me just show you here. You want to be able to search yourself all of the latest updates from the Financial Service Agency, and they do provide a website in English. And you can see exactly what it is that the FSA is doing, because they just don't regulate cryptocurrency exchanges, but they do the banks, they do a lot of FX, they do also some of the life insurance companies. So you need to be as up to it as I am, because they are really setting the template for the world when it comes to the cryptocurrency regulations. So this is where you can take a look at all of the laws and regulations. You can see some of the speeches, which is quite interesting, and they also provide an FSA weekly review. These are the places that I visit most often on the site. If you're interested, you can also look at all the institutions that they cover. So the FSA is quite important. All right, back to the article. Let's take a look here. When I read articles, I always want to know, so who is credited with this article? In this case, it was published on the 8th, 2018 by TripRanks. And I thought to myself, well, it's not a person's name. What is TripRanks? TripRank, according to what I could find, just recently launched CoinWatch, a comprehensive platform for data aggregation and analytics in the cryptocurrency market. I thought, ooh, that's kind of interesting. Let me take a look at that. So I'm going to shut that one down. Here is the CoinWatch. And it looks, it looks okay. It looks like so many of them out there. Here is their media buzz. So you can see that Bitcoin is fairly high in media buzz, with a news sentiment that is neutral. Take a look at Ripple. Ripple has a very high media buzz with a neutral news sentiment. So I thought, okay, it's interesting. Sometimes when you search at the bottom here, you can find out, aha! So the cryptocurrencies, this is all data and quotes coming from CryptoCompare. That's the site we were just on, by the way. So, okay, nothing really new here, but I can now start to smell this story is being written to maybe promote the new website that they have launched. But that's okay. Let's take a look. Let's keep going and let's see what we can find. So, in this light, we tapped into the CoinWatch platform. Aha, I was right. It's promoting their new platform and the news sentiment feature. Yeah, I think the news sentiment is interesting. I believe in the relationship between news and trading sentiment more than I do TA. I mean, I listen to all the TA out there. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of talented people who are just amazing with chart reading, but it's really a great way to see what's happened in the past. I don't think it's a great way to see what's happening in the future. That's just my opinion. And it, according to the NASDAQ here, the CoinWatch platform will allow you to gain some deeper insight into Japan's latest cryptocurrency developments. So they go on to say that using CoinWatch, yeah, okay, so this is definitely a CoinWatch promotion article. We tracked the status of the two top coins over the last week, Bitcoin, BTC, and Ripple XRP. While the bears had sent its value plummeting to 71.18 on May 28th, the coin is now trading back up at 77.14. Similarly, Ripple had plunged to 55 and on May 28th, but now has soared back to 68. You know, these kind of adjectives of plunge and soared are just too dramatic for me, because this is just maybe not quite a plunge and a soar. But anyway, Coinbase expands to the Japanese market. Oh, you know what? I wanted to point out one thing. This is actually important. So it talked about here that there was a landmark law in April dubbed the Payment and Services Act. I want to share with you this website here. You too can be an expert on all Japanese law. The Ministry of Justice has a website that, if it falls under the ministries in Japan, a new law change, it's in English, and you can search on any law and you will be able to read all about those changes in English. This is a great resource for you. So I'll be sure to put this in the comment section below. Okay, I didn't want to forget that. Back to the article. Using CoinWatch, we track the status. Okay, we got that. So Coinbase expands to the Japanese market. Yes, it sure is. And everybody's hoping that they will be able to list the XRP. I don't know, but chances are they're going to wait to see what the SEC rules on for securities before they do it in the US. However, maybe there's a chance that they will do it a little bit quicker here because Ripple is one of the most popular coins in Japan. And you want to know, based on the Financial Services Agency website, which is also in English, you can stay on top of all the changes. Here's a big change that was just made on June 4th, and you can see for yourself in English through the links to the PDFs on all of the changes. So here's one that you need to know about. There is a foreign operators guidelines to understand the screening procedures more clearly, and these were updated. Even Coinbase is going to have to use this specific application for new license and registration in Japan. So it's easy to understand. It's simple. There's only 4 pages. There isn't anything they ask that's out of the ordinary. It's very straightforward, and I think anybody should be able to meet these requirements to operate here. So it was really surprising to me that the hit BTC did not get the green light. But anyway, that is what it is. We come back to the article here, and as a part of its strategy, they're talking about Coinbase, to accelerate the global adoption of cryptocurrency, leading digital exchange Coinbase has unveiled its flagship office in Japan. I searched high and low for the actual office address because I want to know personally, is it in Shibuya? Is it in Akasaka? Is it in Roppongi? Where your office is actually quite important in Japan, and I was not able to find it, but when I do, I will be sure to let you know, and then I will do a little side story with that. My guess is they are in, I was going to say Shibuya. Do I think they'll be in Shibuya? No. Actually, Shibuya is more for startup. I think they want to be looked at as more established. My guess is they're going to go to Roppongi. We'll see how close I am. All right. This is to flagship audit. This is to ensure buying and using Bitcoin is as easy as possible. As Bitcoin will now become more accessible to the Japanese market, the launch should provide big momentum for the coin. Yeah, amidst the recent scams and investigation, Coinbase has vowed, important word, and I'll tell you why. They vowed to remain compliant with the local laws and regulations. So when you do your application in Japan, there is a pledge sheet, just 1 page, very simple. But you hereby pledge that you will not fall under any of the items C through I of Article 29-4 of the Financial Instruments and Exchange Act. I'm not going to go into all of those line items in this video, but it's things like the money laundering and know your customer, etc. So every company that operates in Japan that is of a foreign entity has to complete this pledge. So Japanese. Okay. And we continue down here. The new push in Japan which will be fronted by Nao Kitazawa. I really went deep into his bio, and he's the right guy for this job, as far as I can tell. A board member of the FinTech Association of Japan, Kitazawa will be in charge of a new in-country team and emphasize how the launch will lay a great foundation to successfully push into the largest cryptocurrency market in the world. It seems the new office is the first stop on the call for expansion, so time will tell if it leads to more developments for Coinbase throughout Japan and further afield into Asia. I feel pretty sure that Japan is just the first starting point for them to get firmly established here, and then they will push out into all of Asia. When you go to Glassdoor, I'm sure a lot of you know Glassdoor, right? So, but maybe to some, it's a new place for you. It's a place where you not only can look at reviews from past employees, but if you want, you can search for jobs. You can also compare salaries, and you can look at particular interview tips if you're trying to get a job in a new company. But look at this. I was so impressed. Even if you have the HR people writing fake reviews, 4.5 on Glassdoor is so high because so many people use this site to rant when they have left a company. There's just a lot of angry reviews on this site, but 4.5, 91% recommend to a friend and 90% approve of the CEO. I think they've got a great company culture. Yeah, I don't doubt that they are a good company to work for. So very impressive. And if you take a look at some different aspects of Coinbase, this is craft, which kind of then gets down into the operating metrics. In ethnicity, 59% of their employees are white, 22% are Asian, 11% Hispanic, 6% Black, 2% other. 73% are male, 27% are female. When we look at the roles in jobs, engineers represent the majority of 95% of the employees, 95.8% male engineers, and other. I guess I fall into other. Okay, I'm an other. My category is other. I'm not a female. I'm an other. Kind of strange. All right, so here's my point. There is a great need for people who know how to code. And we are having a shortage of engineers, not only in Japan, but everywhere. You are never too old to start coding. So you say to yourself, yeah, but I can't go to MIT. That's not realistic. I can't go to Stanford, the two top places maybe that you can get your education in that computer science field. No. Here are 49 places that you can learn to code absolutely for free or nearly free. Udemy is on here, and I know that Udemy is not 100% free, but if there's a will, there's a way, and you're never too old. And I think if you love crypto and you want to contribute to the ecosphere, why not code? And in today's world, if you look at Google, they don't care about what school you graduated from. That's kind of a thing of the past. I mean, if you're going to get into coding, if you have good skills, that's all that matters. Okay, that's my point for that. All right, let's take a look. So the last part of this article, SBI cryptocurrency exchange goes live in Japan. In another big push for the industry, Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings has announced the launch of its brand new cryptocurrency exchange branded as VC Trade. SBI Holdings officially announced the availability of the new virtual currency exchange earlier this week, and the service has been piloted to 20,000 users so far, but the company plans to roll out the full launch for the customers the end of next month. So yeah, I just wanted to make a comment on this. And as you saw in the video, 2 days ago, they have sent out postcards by registered mail to all of the pre-approved 20,000 users. And then those users need to provide documents and send back to the SBI in order to get their passwords. So I really don't think realistically we have everybody up and trading yet. And I actually think it's going to take to the end of this month before everybody is totally on board. Okay, SBI has also affirmed that the new exchange will have the industry's narrowest spread level. Yeah, quite important. And will handle the major virtual currencies. First of all, we deal with XRP, which we all know, and then sequentially BTC and Bitcoin Cash. To coincide with the full launch next month, SBI Holdings also plans to scale the services to add 2 extra digital currencies. So I think that we can expect it to go live in July, but this is kind of in a beta, and they have to get the bugs out. So don't be disappointed if they don't launch until September. When you do these types of software launches, in order to be extra safe, I think they're going to be very careful, and I don't think they're going to rush it. So the focus of Ripple should be good news for the coin and may be the result of the recent SBI partnership with Ripple. This led to the establishment of Ripple Asia. This is a big partnership, a company which uses Ripple technology to power cross-payment transfers for banks across Asia, including Japan, Taiwan, and Korea. This is going to be the connection of how SBI and Ripple together will just blanket Asia. The new SBI exchange is the latest in the series of crypto ventures for the company, and SBI has previously forged partnerships with Bitcoin exchange Bitflyer and has stakes in crypto wallet manufacturer CoolBitX. So I just did one last search on CoolBitX, and it says that they are the complete storage for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, and ERC20 tokens. Well, they claim to be the world's only mobile hardware wallet made for iPhone or Android. Wow, really? Yeah, I have to stop here. No more search, no more rabbit hole. Okay, everybody, I think the takeaways for this particular video are: you have the link to the Japanese law translation site, so you can search on any new law that gets passed. Why is that important? Because Japan is really becoming the poster child or creating a template for cryptocurrency exchange model out there. So as those laws get passed, you can search for yourself and get right from the horse's mouth, which is the Ministry of Justice. You now have the link to the FSA website, which is the Financial Service Agency. They are the watchdog. They are the ones that are making or breaking the possibility of being licensed here in Japan. You have, of course, a comparison site called Glassdoor. You probably knew about it, but if you didn't, it's a great resource when you are wanting to know a little bit about company culture. And then you've got a website that you can find 49 places to learn code for free or nearly free. All right. And don't forget, you have your new Japanese word, dasai. I'm sure that if you stay with me long enough, you're going to be speaking Japanese soon. All right. I'm going to take tomorrow off, everybody. Please take care. Sayonara for now. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.